What is the Bob Graham? Bob Graham is a hotelier based out of the Lake District, and one night just sat in the pub with his friends. He just had the thought, how many fells could I run in 24 hours? And he suggested 42 at the age of 42 years old, and off he went to do it. Just sat here now at Newlands Church, about 4 miles from the finish. A special place, a really special day. It's been a very gutsy round. I know it's the first time in the lakes, and anybody coming to do the Bob Graham, including Bob Graham himself, just to go under 24 hours is the achievement. And I know we strive to always do better, and I know Kristina always wants to do better, but no matter what happens with her time tonight, she should be immensely proud, because this has been the gutsiest Bob Graham I've ever seen. So I wish her all the best of luck, and I look forward to seeing it come through any minute now. So yeah, best of luck.
I'm Kristina Madsen. I'm from a small city, Kolding, in Denmark, in flat Denmark, and I'm a professional trail runner. So everything in my day is about training. I do some other stuff next to, but it's also about running. So I organize races, I do talks and coaching and stuff like that, but everything I do is about running. And back in 2016, I quit my job as a teacher, and I did that straight after winning the Jungle Ultra, a 230-kilometer stage race in the Amazon jungle. And that was just such an adventure, and I realized that maybe I could make a living of it. So I quit my job, took a chance, and started to live as a professional runner. And I've done a lot of races since then, but one of the biggest achievements I've done was to beat the FKT, the fastest known time, up Kilimanjaro back in 2018. That was a massive challenge, especially because Fernanda Maciel, really a great runner, she's totally out of my league, but she had the record before me. But on the day, everything just worked out. Legs were good, I've acclimatized really well, my team performed really well. So I beat the FKT on Kilimanjaro. So I ran up in 6 hours and 52 minutes, which is, I still can't quite believe it. Was an incredible day. Yeah, I guess that's one of the biggest achievement of my running career, which, you know, when you do stuff like that, it kind of gives you the confidence to set an even higher goal next time, and that kind of experience, you know, you can take that on your next competition and in your next challenge. So that was a big day for me, a big day for me.
Hi.
Yes.
I just beat the world record.
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yes.
52 minutes.
Yeah.
And 54 seconds.
Yes.
And I feel great.
Yes.
I'm really, really happy. I ran from Rake Gate. And all my team is behind. I think they're coming.
One of the things I care much about in my training and preparing for competitions is the whole preparation. Getting in shape is one thing, and the other thing is all the training for your mind. But a third thing is to be structured about all the logistic and your equipment and the crew around you. So for the Bob Graham, it was really important for me to meet with the crew and explain what I what my plan was, and it was important for me well, I needed to know that nothing was left to coincidence, if you know what I mean.
Is to have a good sense of humor, be happy all the time, cheer me up, cheer Mark up, and we don't really have any sense of humor, so just like bring it on. But we would like you to carry water, carry our energy, and carry some other stuff that will be handed to you at each checkpoint.
Yeah, so we have there's 2 cars tomorrow. There's a pickup truck and Land Rover, and they're pretty much going to be following the course. So it's 3 drivers. I'll be driving one, Alex can drive one, apart from leg 3 that he's running, and Dale can drive the Land Rover as well. So the plan is to keep the cars together, but if we need to get somebody like from the end of leg 2 back up to Keswick, we can kind of do a little bit of ferrying around. So I think, mate, you're at the end of leg 2, so we can just drop you back at Keswick or something if you need to, or whoever. So we can do a bit of that. I think we'll keep everything in one place. We'll keep all of the stuff in a Land Rover, so all of the energy and water and stuff will be in a Land Rover. So that's always the car that you guys need to go to get your stuff. And then the pickup will be me driving with the media team, and we'll be kind of pinging around. So if we can't make a checkpoint, the Land Rover will be there. If we end up like being somewhere to kind of film you guys, but there'll probably be both the cars at each checkpoint by the time you guys get down. If not, the other car will turn up and we'll be able to get people wherever they need to go, really.
Also, when I do a self-sufficient stage race, I pack my bag, I repack it, I try to go through every bit to see, okay, can I reduce weight to lower my weight in the backpack, and well, I just like when you are prepared, you can stand on the starting line and not be nervous about could I have done anything different, and instead of being concerned about that, and instead of using your energy to be concerned about could you have done anything differently, could I pack my bag differently, could I have trained differently, then you can use that energy to put into your running, to put into the task of winning the competition or do your best. And I think I use that in, well, all sorts of ways in my life, in my working life, or back when I was a teacher, or when I was a student and had an exam or something. And be well prepared, because then you can really focus on what you on that task or you go into, whether it's a competition or whether it's a presentation or anything else. Just owe it to yourself to be prepared and use the time to be prepared.
You basically have to show an empty bag at the next checkpoint. Okay?
Okay.
You need to eat, Mark. Okay?
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be tested as to whether or not I can produce an empty bag. Okay.
Because I know that's how your mind works,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes, boss. Boom.
Boom. We've got this.
So I met Kristina about 3 years ago in the Amazon jungle when we were doing a race together, and we've become friends ever since. She's an amazing lady who really loves running, really loves trail running, and our friendship over these years has sort of grown. I straight away knew that she was a good friend, and over the years we've done races together. We've done the Transalpine, sort of multi-stage race through 4 countries. We've also, done other sort of fun runs and small runs, and I just, generally see her now as, a really, really true good friend. When obviously I heard about what she was doing and the challenge that she had, I wanted to be part of it straight away. So we've had the pleasure of the week before spending a week having great fun, going up, having a look at some of the route, And I can tell you now, it's been an absolute blast. You know, we've had some really, really good times. This is obviously Keswick, the beginning and the start of the race. As you can see, it's got some really nice hotels. It's the sort of place where you'll find some really, really nice 5-star restaurants. These restaurants serving things such as nice seafood dishes, or okay. Obviously, don't want to disturb people while they're eating. An ultra, and in that is potentially enough that if it all goes wrong and I'm on my own, then I can still finish it. So long as that beige bag is in the vehicle that waits for half an hour or so, at 3 or 4, then I can grab that, and then I will see you all hopefully in 23 hours and 59 minutes and buy you all a pint.
To become a member of the Bob Graham Club, you need at least one witness on each peak, and you definitely need a crew to help you out. So you need one who's in charge of the navigation, and you need some pacers too, and you need someone to carry all your stuff. So I brought in a team from Denmark, my good friend Maj-Britt, who's a good trail runner, and I brought Bjørn and Britt to help take pictures and shoot the documentary, and also as moral support. And then I had Simon, who helped with finding a team to pace and to navigate, and then of course Mark. But 2 days before my attempt, pacers start to drop out. They just text me, I can't do it. So I was really frustrating because I didn't know what to do. But then luckily I met Craig, who's a manager at the George Hotel in Lake District. And he put a note out in some of the local running clubs that I wanted to do the Bob Graham round. And the day after, well, just one day before my attempt, people started texting me, I can help, I can pace leg 1. And so suddenly I had 3 paces on leg 1 from the local running club. And I immediately felt this is a special community, a special fellowship around the Bob Graham and around the Lake District area that I just really like. I don't think that would ever happen in Denmark or any other place. You can just feel like these fell runners want to help you do the Bob Graham, and I really love that. And I also took my time to pace another guy on his Bob Graham, and that's also amazing to do and to be a part of that.
Can you find any shorter shorts?
Yeah, so it's not the most flattering.
Oh, thanks, guys.
No, not yours, they're mine.
These are my favourite shorts.
Well, can you take this?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure.
See you in there?
Yep.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
4 o'clock in the morning, the 20th July, me and Mark were ready to do the Bob Graham. So we set off at Moot Hall in Keswick with our 3 pacers, Ellis Bland, Will Smith and Steve Jones, who everyone just said like a day before, we can help you. So we set off and it was pouring down with rain. It rained so hard and it just kept on going up Skiddaw I've never seen so much rain in my life, and we were going up the mountain and all the rain and all the water just came down, and it was... I would lie if I said I wasn't, you know, thinking about, oh, is this going to continue the whole round? But on the other hand, I just loved it. I'm about to do the Bob Graham round, and Mark is with me, and these great guys. So we were having a blast up Skiddaw, telling jokes, and you know, I always take a piss on Mark, and he makes fun of me, and that's why we're so good friends, because we both have like just silly jokes all the time.
Yeah. At the moment. Oh no! Look, right, stay there. Okay, you're now in vision on the camera. So tell me how you're feeling.
Well, I feel great actually. We are almost at peak number 3.
Yeah.
Out of bloody 42.
And well, there was just water all over. We ran, well, I'm not the tallest person, so I had, well, the water was, well, often way up my legs to my knees, and at one point I just fell in the water, and I think I had water up to my neck, and I remember Ellis and Will looked at me and just laughed, and then they helped me up, and we just continued, and I think that's just like that. So we reached Great Calva, ran up Blencathra, which is, there's only 3 peaks only, but there's 3 peaks on leg 1. And towards Blencathra, we had to make a decision if we wanted to descend on Horsfell's Ridge, which me and Mark have been to Rake, but it's just, it's very slippery when it's wet. So, well, the pacers, Ellis, Will and Steve decide, let's go down Doddick instead, and that's the long way down, but the safest way down. And I'm really happy that they kind of made the decision for me, and I had no doubt whatsoever that that was the best decision. So we went down Doddick, and we reached checkpoint 1 at 12 Kel on the minute. So my schedule said 3 hours and 12 minutes, and we reached 12 Kel at 3 hours and 12 minutes. That was just perfect. Me and Mark, we reached 12 Kel, and I see Mybird. She's my best friend, and I'm so happy to see her, and I'm so thrilled to say to her that everything's going after the plan, and I just love it. So she helps me with all the food, and well, everyone helps, but Mybird, she knows exactly what to do, and she knows me, and she knows how I want the stuff, so that's just perfect. So me and Mark said goodbye to Ellis, Will and Steve, and we met our pacer on leg 2, Chris Evans. So we were down to just 1 pacer on leg 2, and I felt so sorry for him because he had to carry a lot of stuff, and I just saw the other crew kept on throwing stuff and water, and can you take this and can you take this? So me and Mark had to carry some stuff ourselves as well, which was fine, but I really felt for Chris because he must have carried like, I don't know, 6 or 7 kilos going up Cloudhead. But he was fantastic, such a nice guy, and he was great at navigating. And leg 2 is really different from leg 1. Well, first of all, the rain stopped, and well, clear weather started to get in at the morning. So that was kind of relief. You know, it's not fun to run in rain all the time, so it was great with better weather. But on leg 2 you have 12 peaks to tick off, so when you kind of reach the first one, you kind of tick off all the peaks all the time, and that's really a good thing for your head. You're like, okay, peak number 4, peak number 5, number 6. So that's very good in your head, and you reach Helvellyn, which is one of the famous peaks in the Lake District, and we just had great fun. And on leg 2, we were not in a rush or anything, not thinking about running fast, or we just, well, not took our time. We did run, and we did run, you know, we didn't relax or anything, but the most important thing was to you know, get it done. I do remember that I sort of, after Helvellyn and down Dollywacken, which is a really steep descent, just before you go up Fairfield. And when I ran down Dollywacken, I started to think, my legs are alive now. They just woke up right now. And well, you can think, well, just take 6 hours for your legs to wake up, but suddenly all this energy just hit me. And we have a Danish saying, directly translated, I got diamonds in my legs. So I on the end of Dollywacken, I met Bjørn and I met Alice, and then I just flew up Fairfield and I outran Mark and Chris. And on the top of Fairfield, I actually had to wait because I need a witness on each top. So I think I had to wait like 2 or 3 minutes on the top. And then I saw Mark and he just like nodded, okay, I've seen you've been there. And then I turned around, ran down Fairfield, waited a bit for Mark and Chris, over to Seat Sandal, flew up Seat Sandal, and I had to wait again to get the nod, this time from Chris. And then I ran down towards the next checkpoint, and Mark caught up with me. Luckily, he's a really good downhill runner, so we almost reached the checkpoint together, where all the team was waiting for us. I guess everyone kind of search for a meaning with their lives, and I just know when I run, and when I run in mountains and like in foreign places, I run closer to the meaning of my life. I can't say I have the answer, what's the meaning of my life. I haven't found it yet. I just know that running makes me closer to find that answer. And as I said before, to learn more about myself. So when I run, I feel like I'm me. I'm me in. I'm just me. I'm not formed by, you know, norms. I'm not formed by a culture or expectations. It's just me, and I do what I would like to do. And I have this eager to, I don't know if that's the right word, but I feel like I want to know more and more about myself, and I finally found a room in running to learn about myself, and I guess that's why I keep seeking that moment in running. I think everyone knows this state of flow where you just forget time and place, you forget where you are, you're just in that state of flow. It doesn't have to be running, but I often get it in running, but you can get it while playing a computer game or other sorts of sports, but that's the best feeling. That's the best feeling ever. And again, it makes me a little bit closer to what really makes sense for me. So I often get the question why I do these long runs, and why did I do 250 kilometers in the Namibian desert in 55 degrees Celsius? Why do I put myself in pain and suffering? But honestly, it's not about that. It's about you know, I've found a place, a situation, or whatever you call it, when I'm massively physical challenged. There's no more energy in my body, and I really there's only the mind left. There's only the thoughts left, like the pure you, and that's I don't know if you call it a space, but that's where I learn so much about myself. What thoughts do I have? Like, who am I when I don't have any physical power left? How can I control my mind? How can I keep on going after there's nothing left, if that makes sense? And it's maybe you can call it like a room to learn something about yourself. And I know people learn a lot about themselves in their working lives and their families. People go to therapists, they go to education, read books to learn about themselves. But I learn about myself in these situations. At the third checkpoint, Dunmail race, I got some water in, some fluid in. I think the only thing I do in checkpoints is eat and take in fluid, and my boat helped me with change my shoes because I wanted to put some other shoes on.
Maybe some banana and oranges, grapes.
Oh, thanks. Right, Kristina, I've got your phone.
This is how you gain weight on the Bobby G.
I've got your phone and I've got these power packs, just so you know.
Cool. So, is it this one?
Yeah, thanks, yeah.
Which one's me?
I don't know.
Crisps?
Not crisps, no. Definitely not bagel either. You haven't got more than waffles, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We can have a package with you also.
How was perfect.
It's not easy, but legs are starting to warm up.
We're after 7 hours, it should be warm.
On this next leg? Me.
Alex and Alice.
Please, yeah.
I've got Christina's coat.
Can I get you anything, Chris?
One gel.
Stick the gel.
Any more food?
Okay, I've got an open pouch at the
Back.
Stick that. That's all their energy.
Some waffle.
In there.
Cool. Brilliant. Not sure what that's all about, but I'll seal it up.
Oh, we'll get a fresh one.
Yeah,
we got some fresh ones made up.
Okay. Looking strong. You guys?
Grow some balls. Scott, grow some balls.
More cake?
More Coke. I've heard that before.
Hvad skal vi have mere, Chris?
I could like sense that Mark was maybe a bit tired, or maybe not as fresh as I was, but I just thought, okay, he will pick it up at one point. But another thing is, and that's a great example of this fellowship and this great community around the Lake District and the fell running up here, is that when Ellis heard on leg 1 that we just had one pace on leg 3, he just offered to clear his schedule and be our pacer and navigator on leg 3, and I immediately said thank you, thank you, thank you. So we had 2 pacers on leg 3, Alex Wong, who was a friend of Simon, and then Ellis. So I think I spent, well, not more than 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes at Dunmail before I was ready, and I thought Mark will catch up on me. So me and Alex, we went up the first hill, and Ellis waited for Mark. But I think when I was like maybe 2/3 the way up, I could see, okay, he's not catching up. So I had to make a hard decision, and of course me and Mark had talked about, okay, what if we can't, what if one of us fall behind? And Mark said, well, I'm here to support you, so we need to make the best conditions for you. So I had to make a tough choice, and I said to Alex, you need to drop down to Mark and say that Alice should come up and run and navigate for me. So Alice and me continued on leg 3, and what happened on leg 3 was just, I can't describe it with words. I wish my English was better to describe it, but me and Alice, we just had the best cooperation on the fells. He knew exactly which lines to take. He said to me, okay, drink, eat when I had to, and he just had a really good way of motivating me all the time. And he knew, okay, downhill I need to run like 2 meters ahead to show the best line, and straight ahead on technical terrain I have to be here. And he quickly realized that I'm strong uphill, so he took some stronger lines uphill, and that was just perfect, especially going on the high fells where the clouds came in and it was really foggy, and I had absolutely no idea whatsoever where we were, but I trusted him. I trusted him completely, and well, he took me over to Scafell Pike, the highest peak of England, and so many people were there, and it was so foggy, and people were asking Ellis for help to work because they were lost on the fells, and he tried to be kind, and well, he was navigating and pacing for me, but at the same time he had to help other people. That was brilliant. So we ran really fast, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And we came down Scafell Pike to run over to Lord's Rake. And on our way to Lord's Rake, we suddenly meet Simon and our next pacer, Johnny. And it was such a big surprise to meet them there. Who meets the crew on one of the highest peaks in England? So we just said hi, but it gave me a lot of energy to see some people I know. And then me and Ellis had, well, we had to go up Lord's Rake, and I think we went up it pretty fast. I loved it. I loved to do a bit of scrambling, and that gave me a lot of energy as well. So we reached Scafell, and then we had a fun, long scree down from Scafell towards Warsdale. So leg 3, perfect, so much fun, and even though it has a lot of elevation, it has 15 peaks, I just enjoyed it all the way. So a massive thanks to Alice for taking me through.
All my walls are covered in words, and while you sleep, I mark my goals, stand tall, think clear. Don't let them see a hint of fear. Lines and doors, zoom in, zoom out. Open your window, let them hear you shout. Right on the poles, right on the street. Always remember the future is near. Cut some cords, scratch some scars. Put on your cape and jump from the car. Open your mouth, take a deep breath. Run fast and don't stop at the end. You can be anything you want. You can be.
And I came down to Warsdale to meet the team, and again Mybrid and the Collins, they really helped me and motivated me. And I asked about Mark, but he was still on the high fells.
Og hvad med Mark? Jeg ved det ikke med Mark.
Have you heard from Mark?
We just know that Alex and Mark are together.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Okay.
Så det er godt. Så skal man ikke bekymre sig. Så er de sammen to.
Ja.
Så venter vi bare med hans taske her med ham.
Ja.
Yeah, her eating was almost as impressive as her running. I've never seen anybody eat, especially being that small. She ate a lot. And I know the Danes love a pancake, but I didn't know they loved them that much. I think she had about a kilo going up Bow Fell, so she might be feeling that later on as well.
So here you go. How are you feeling?
I love it.
You look so good.
Crazy
Yeah.
thing.
Drink. I'll go like this.
Nogle fald eller noget?
Ja, ja.
De er desværre.
Do we know what he's doing?
Jeg tror lige, jeg skal have luftet med det.
Wait for him. I guess wait for him. to see
Løfte
what he wants to
fødderne,
do,
eller?
yeah?
So taking a step out of the
Yeah. So all we need in Johnny's bag is just Chris's energy.
Du wants to have it. Have vi på den her under? Eller den?
Nej, det er fint, det her.
Du er nødt til at gøre den her. Ja, sådan.
Kristina decided to go up Lord's Rake as opposed to going up Broad Stand, which is a wise choice. Whilst it's really sunny now, I can tell you it was not sunny at the tops, and we were running in the cloud for a good 4 hours. She did incredibly well to keep moving at such a pace because the conditions were tough. Very wet, very, very foggy. You couldn't see 10 metres. But yeah, straight into Lord's Rake, which is a very narrow chute going up the side of Scarf Fell. It's not easy to traverse, it's not easy to go up. There's very loose shingle on the ground. But she flew up it in no time at all. And next minute we were on the West Wall Traverse. There was a slightly scary moment where she somehow managed to boot a boulder the size of a car down towards me. I forgot about that. I'm not sure how she did it being the size she is, but she definitely did it. But other than that, the whole day so far has gone without a hiccup. There was a moment this morning, which she won't be happy about me telling you, where she decided just to fall over in the river. I don't know why. She wasn't moving. She just decided to have a sit down, and it went right the way up. So that was probably a nice little bath at 6 o'clock this morning. But since then, she's dried out a lot, and she looks good. She looks really good. Like I said before, I've run the Bob Graham personally. I've run the whole round, but I've supported on a number of rounds, but I've never had so much enjoyment on a round, ever. Her movement over the hard ground is incredible. On the high fells, she's not daunted by it. She was very comfortable in the high fells. And just like I said, her tenacity is unrivaled. She just keeps going and going, and even today, 40 miles in, she's still smiling. It was a real inspiration, and it makes me think I should probably work a bit harder on the fells and stop being such a pansy myself. No, she was brilliant. She should be really proud. I'm very proud. So, yeah.
One of my favorite places on the Bob Graham round is Lord's Rake. I can't say what it really is, but it reminds me of something of the Lord of the Rings. It's steep, it's a bit dangerous, it's dark, it's so steep. It's not that long. It's just so much different from anything else, and it just goes straight up to Scaffell. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I like. Well, if you're not careful, you'll just slip down it. So every time I come back to the lakes, I have to find my way over there to go up and down it a couple of times. So that's a special place. But the high fells on Leg 3, it's a special place. It really is. yeah, what makes a good ultra runner? I think many people would say talent, but that's just one part of it. And if you don't have talent for running, I think you have a chance anyway. I don't think I have much talent for running. So I'm a former boxer, and for those of you who know me, I have very short legs. So I don't think I'm either genetically or physically good for running, but I have something else, and I think the first thing that you need to have to be a good ultra runner is to enjoy running. You have to love running, and you have to love the training bits, the different kind of training bits, and you have to love to do the long runs and the competing. That's the first step. Otherwise, it's too hard for you to be in that business if you don't enjoy your runs. You can't enjoy all of it. Some of it is hard, and I don't always enjoy getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and the weather is bad and it's cold. But I do it anyway, and I do it because I want to be the best runner I can be. So that's another thing. What motivates you, what drives you to always do your best. So a good ultra runner needs to have the right kind of motivation, and you need to have discipline. You need to be structured about your training as well. And you need to train smart. You can't run hard every day. You can't run up and down hard on a mountain every day. So you need to be smart about your training as well. And well, the other part in ultra running is the mind. You have the right mindset. How do you cope when you meet something unexpected, either in your training, but most important in your competition? So when you do 230 kilometers in the jungle and you suddenly realize, I'm not on track, I must have missed a turn or anything. How do you cope with that in your head? How have you prepared your mental strategies to cope? Because it sucks to make the wrong turn, especially in a competition, because it means you lose time and you waste energy. But you can't run around and think like that. You can't have those negative thoughts in your head. So how are you mentally prepared to take that as a challenge and make all the negative thoughts into something you can use instead? I think that's I like that. It's really interesting to work with your mind, and I think, well, when I talk about myself as a runner, that's where I have the talent, and I think I built up a lot from my boxing career, which, well, you go through some different process in your training and also in your fight as a boxer, and I think I took a lot from the boxing and put into running. So I take a few minutes at Warsdale to eat and drink, and I feel quite good actually. So I'm 71 kilometers in, nearly 5,500 meters of ascent in the legs, and I feel pretty good actually. So I start leg 4 with my new pacer Johnny. Really nice guy. I've never met him before. It's one of Simon's friends. So the first hill is up Barrow, and I felt fine the first 50 meters, I think, and then I just started to get knackered. And this bastard hill, it's so long and it's so steep. It just keeps on going forever, and it takes us forever to go up there. And my head is starting to mess a bit with me, because I just think I move so slow. And we reached the top of Barrow, and we continue towards the next peak. And there's just so many peaks on leg 4, and it takes so long time, and well, the body is starting to feel tired, and my head is messing with me. And I remember thinking at one point, stop it, Kristina, what did you expect? Did you expect to do the Buck Graham and not have any sort of crisis, or don't get tired or anything? So I get kind of mad at myself for being such a diva, I guess.
But thank you. The problem is,
Do you want anything?
it's that pace.
Yeah.
I'll have some water, please.
Yeah.
It's
So we're going to have to divide and conquer here a little bit, aren't we? So we'll keep the plan of you guys go to Honister, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
No rush, but if you get over to Honister for Chris's car,
Yeah,
and we'll
it's
wait
the
for
slate,
Mark.
as long as we know it's the slate mine, I can get there.
Yeah.
It's the
So I've
slate
got-
mine.
do you want me to go with them?
If you don't mind, mate,
Not
I've
at all.
got a parking pass. 'Cause
Oh,
it's
that's
the
good.
Honister Fest today.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I booked a ticket just in case. So you might just find someone to pull up, but if they're funny with you, you can.
No, they'll be
park
alright.
the car.
Cool. That's nice of that.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
I
So you're
called
just going to
them.
hang
They have
around
good
for...
pies.
Well, we've got to wait for Mark and Alex,
Pies,
right?
yeah.
And then we'll see.
You
Mark
got
might
one,
carry
though,
on
don't
slowly, or we might call it a
It
day.
might get a bit shitty though, because Mark and Alex might be 2 hours. You know,
Yeah, for
they
sure.
might be walking.
Yeah.
Because
Mark's a good runner.
Once
He'll-
he's
he'll-
done,
he'll be-
once
he'll
he's
be
done,
slow.
it might be really
It's
done.
slow on the climb. Really. I mean, I didn't see
Yeah.
him descending then.
He's still got a lot of time, right? If he was just going for a 24-hour round, he's got time.
But it's who goes round with him.
I can go. Rather than go, because otherwise he hasn't got any nav.
That's my problem.
But if
He
we're
said
going
that,
off...
said he needed to take some nav with him. He hasn't got anything. I mean, he's got the map thing on his watch, but it's not good enough.
It's
So
good
we're
enough.
gonna leave-
It is kind of good enough now. I would never let someone do leg 3 with just that.
So we'll leave
Even
it
then, I
with
had
his
to use a
bag.
compass.
We're sorting the bags out now.
Oh, right, okay.
That's the one thing we're
Yeah, I've not had to get my compass up.
So I had some massive crisis on leg 4, and I did so much math in my head with the time schedule, and okay, I have 5 peak legs left. If I divide that into 2, it's only 2.5 times 2, and well, all sorts of mental strategies that can convince your head that well, to make it easier and believe you can do it. But Johnny was amazing, and he showed some good lines, and when I reached the last peak on leg 4, I saw I've really lost some time on my schedule. I was ahead on schedule after leg 3, but I lost it all on leg 4. So I decided not to stop at Honister. I just I wanted to pick up the time, and I wanted to do a good time on Buck Graham. So I told Johnny, can you please run ahead and say to the crew that I'm not stopping, and I need this, and this going on to the final leg, because I was so disappointed in myself, and I just wanted to do the best I could to make up for the time I've lost there.
So what did you drink tonight? Democracy. I was thirsty. Democracy. I was real thirsty. Democracy. I was thirsty. Democracy. I was real thirsty. Asleep in my mind, the storm is
One of the first person I see at Honister is Mark, and then I realize, okay, he didn't make it. So I asked him, what are you doing here? And he just said, it's too tough for me.
But no, we're just getting lost and lost and lost. It was just horrendous. So, never.
How far to get?
Oh, we got to the end of leg 3. Yeah. But yeah.
Pretty much the
It's a pretty awesome challenge, just to say the least. Yeah. Just a bit.
Do you have
Yeah, I'm going to take my trainers off.
But I have longs.
Yeah, I've got long as well. Yeah. All is good. She's flying. Yeah. Fantastic.
You'll know if it's not. I'm in the back of the vehicle.
And you said that.
I doubt it. No, it's just too tough.
To train.
Yeah, just you have to have the mentality of the hills. I've always struggled with really, really steep. Kristina can just switch off, bang, 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 bang. It's so tough because as soon as the mist comes in, you can't see anything. You have no idea where you
No,
are.
I had this like this part that you cannot see.
Yeah, you have absolutely no idea where you are. So you have the map, and then, I mean, it was getting so bad I was stopping tourists and saying, where have you just come from? And they were saying, oh, we've just been to such and such. I said, all right, which way was it? That way? And then looking on the map, oh yeah, that's one of ours, you know. Yeah, no, it's an amazing challenge. You've got to take your hat off to these guys that have actually done it. There he is, on cue. You've got to take your hat off to him. Oh, he's on the beers already.
It's just been talking about the bar. Okay.
I have got to say to you now, it's just the most awesome challenge. You know, I've been running for nearly 25, 30 years, and the Bob Graham is a challenge that you can't just sort of turn up and give it a go. You have to mentally be prepared for this. So yesterday we started in the rain, it then dried a little, it was slippery, it was muddy, it was rocky, then the wind, then the sun. It really was, you know, so amazing to be part of this. Leg 1, stage 1 and stage 2, I managed to keep up with Kristina, but I have to take my hat off to her. Stage 3, she just flew. It was a beauty to see, but there was no way I was going to keep up with it. So yeah. I thought, what a good place to actually have your first DNF.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's not a DNF. That's not a DNF.
No, well, go on, let me rephrase that then. It's the first time I've ever thought about doing something and not been able to do it.
Yeah.
But you know, what a place to
what a place to end.
What needs to be explained is it's not just the distance, and this is my idea of the Bob Graham. You effectively have climbs that are physically sapping. They literally sap the energy out of you, and then before you know it, you have another one as well. So it differs a lot from previous races or trails that I've run before. This literally is, the only way of describing it is, it's like an animal that if you don't give it respect, it will just eat you up.
Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Solid food.
Yeah.
Just go.
I knew this issue. I'm not stopping. It's nice if you have a bit of a buffer here, because you could just take 2-3 minutes, but if you don't, there's just no point taking a minute. Because a minute quickly becomes 2 and you finish 2 and you don't...
Just keep on that.
Yeah.
Yep. Very focused.
She's good, She'll obviously be back to do it again on the clear one, and that'll be scary.
You know, I had decided to go through, and I was so surprised and so happy to see, well, my best friend, and Simon, one of my best friends, and then I saw Craig, who wants to run with me, and John. John had helped me, and Mark Rake before the Bob Graham is such a nice guy, and I was just so overwhelmed that, well, people want to help me, and they all ran on me with, on leg 5, and I knew that I didn't drink enough or ate enough on leg 4, so I knew I was probably a little bit dehydrated, but also I was in lack of energy. So I said to my brain, I need to get some food inside me. So we, well, at one point I just said, can you just stuff the food in my mouth, because I needed my hands on the legs to go uphill. I think that maybe have looked a little bit funny, but it worked. It worked, and we reached the first peak, and after I got some fluid and some energy in me, there were the diamonds in my legs again, and I just had so much energy, and I don't know where that energy came from, but and I think it was, a part of me just wanted to do as best as I could, and I'm so close to the finish line. I'm so close to reach Moot Hole, and the combination of seeing all my friends, the people who matters the most to me, and also the food and the surrounding, that was just great. So we crushed leg number 5. We ran really fast on leg number 5, and we did the last descending before you reach this. The last bit is a 7 kilometers part on the road, and I think we really hit some good times on the road. And it was perfect timing as well, as it started to get dark, so we had the daylight on the fells, and when we hit the road it started to get dark.
Well done. All downhill from here.
Look at the GoPro, Mark. I'm not going to get there.
We're going to pass you again, and we'll see you at the finish. Well done, guys.
And when we reached Keswick, that was just, I couldn't believe it, to do all the Bob Graham, all the 42 peaks, and then reach Moot Hole in Keswick is just, I wish I could describe it better, but an amazing feeling. And you run up the town square, and some drunk people start to shout and yell and cheer for you, and you take the last steps up the stairs to touch the blue door on the Moot Hole, and that's it. Then it's finished. And I managed to finish it in 18 hours and in 45 minutes, and I could not have done that without the help of the local runners, the crew, and my friends. So a massive thanks to them. That was something special.
That's great. Thank you so much, everyone.
That's it.
The time.
So that's, what is that then? That's not right.
18 hours and
18:45.
45.
Madsen, you wanted sub 20.
Yeah.
I think we made that all up on that last leg.
Oh, we did?
We saved everyone.
Do we have something I can eat?
Yeah, what do you want?
A banana. No.
Say what you want and we'll get it. What do you feel like? Crisps, bars, sweets, sandwich?
Is that one open?
Yeah, you want pizza?
Yeah.
You do? Chips?
And chips.
Yeah? What, just like a vegetarian pizza, or don't care? Meat? Pepperoni
Like
pizza?
beef.
I've got some, you get some cash, mate? I've got some gravy. If not.
I'm so happy right now.
Yeah. Great effort.
That was
Success.
amazing. That was just a great experience.
Can't believe how fast that was label.
That was fun.
I thought we'd be
What
like
the
dragging your
fuck
arm,
was
right?
going
Come
on
come
Lake
on.
4?
I'm gonna
Lake
get
4
dropped
was
here.
tough. Jamen, jeg er helt overvældet. Jeg er simpelthen så overvældet. Det var den vildeste oplevelse. Det var så hårdt og så brutalt og så teknisk. Og enten var det op eller ned, og vi startede i mega regnvejr. Det stod bare ned i stænger. Så first leg, det gik bare... Ja, det gik helt kanon. Vi havde et rigtig godt hold. Og på anden leg, der var det bare mig og Mark, og så Chris, og det gik også bare helt vildt godt. Og tredje leg, der løb jeg så fra Mark. Og så var det mig og Ellis, og han styrede bare navigationen. Og vi legede bare derudad. Det var virkelig fedt. Og scrambling, det kørte bare. Og leg 4, det var bare hårdt. Hele vejen. Hele vejen. Den var så lang. Og ja, jeg følte bare, det gik så langsomt. Så der tabte jeg lidt tid, og så leg 5, der tænkte jeg bare... Alt eller intet. Fuld gas. Så det gjorde vi.
Nothing. Watch out! And this boulder like this now. What? I said, how did you move that? I just felt, honestly, like the size of this bit. Watching you, I was terrified.
So you're trying to kill the pacer?
I know, but I wasn't. At this point, she was the pacer.
Oh, right.
I was support man, moral support. Like, keep going. You're really fast. Yeah. You just take it, Scott, and I'll wait here and prep food.
Yeah.
I will watch you onto the summit.
You did say that.
I prepared no food. So, get the deep in.
So, I mean, for me, one of the things that I always find that I learned from Kristina is the fact that she focuses on something, and literally the planning and preparation that she puts into that as well is incredible. You know, too many times in life you sort of turn up to things and just give this a go, but you know the mental attitude she puts towards it, the planning, because you have to bear in mind that this is a woman who lives in Denmark, and there's not many mountains in Denmark, you know. So for her to put the training and to put the focus in, you know, to taking on a challenge like this, where you are literally, you know, for that given period, running in the mountains, it's just incredible. So I take my hat off to her, and a lot of people could learn a lot of things from her.
Bob Graham has been a fantastic experience for me. It's something different than getting ready for a race and, you know, win or lose the race. This is not a race. This is so much more than just a run, and you can't realize it before you've done it. You can't realize what the Bob Graham is before you're here and before you experience this completely unique fellowship of fell running over here. And I'm well aware that I haven't completely understood it yet, but to feel the generosity and everyone's help, and when you meet people on the fells, you talk to them, and, you know, for example, to meet a guy like Craig, the manager of the George Hotel, who takes a lot of time out of his schedule to show us around on the fells. That's something special. That's really something special and unique, and I wish I was a part of a fellowship like that back home. But I guess it comes from years of tradition in fell running. but I'm very grateful to have experienced that, and I'm very grateful that even though I just popped over from Denmark and have the plan to do the Bob Graham, I'm really grateful that the community here helped me and was positive about my attempt. And I've made a promise to myself that I will try to support on more Bob Grahams. So I'm on the Facebook page, and I will look for future attempts and try to support and give back to the community. So I guess I just want to say thank you. Thank you.